Woosah, dude. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you all are having a most fantastic week. I don't really think I have anything to preface this video with, so we are just gonna jump right into it. Okay, so who is Caroline Calloway and what's the controversy? Well, she wasn't born Caroline Calloway. She was born Caroline Gottschall on December 5th, 1991 in Falls Church, Virginia. She went to Phillips Exeter Academy, which is a co-educational university private boarding school. I don't actually think that's like a formal term to call one of these schools, but I was like, okay, so it's a prep school, it's a private school, and like kids are boarded at the school, so I just threw all those together. Anyways, Caroline's great-grandfather is Owen Burns. He's an entrepreneur, a banker, a builder, and a land developer. At one point, he owned majority of the land that made up Sarasota, Florida. I tried to say that without like any sort of breaks. Couldn't do it. Anyways, he developed and built most of the historic structures, developments, roads, seawalls, and bridges of Sarasota. So he was a pillar in the community, and he was a leader in the community as well. Anyways, that's enough about him, but that just kind of gives you a picture of Caroline's upbringing, that her family was maybe a little bit more well off on her mother's side because that is her maternal great-grandfather. When Caroline was 17, she legally changed her name to Caroline Gottschall Calloway because she thought it would look better on books. After high school, Caroline went to New York University and started her undergraduate studies in art history. In 2013, she restarted at St. Edmund's College, Cambridge, and then graduated in 2016. While at Cambridge, Caroline abused and was addicted to Adderall while in school. Honestly though, I think a lot of college kids can say that. While still at Cambridge in 2012, Caroline downloaded Instagram with her NYU classmate, Natalie Beach. She used the Instagram account to document her time at Cambridge, and the photos would typically be accompanied by like a super lengthy caption. I gotta say, if you put a lengthy caption on your photo, I'm not reading it. In order to help her grow her account, she would buy followers and ads. Soon she became known as the Gatsby of Cambridge, in reference to the lavish parties that she would attend. Some of the parties Caroline would host in rented rooms at other Cambridge colleges that she felt were more Instagram-worthy than St. Edmund's. Caroline claimed that she faked the details on her application to Cambridge. She had applied to Harvard, Yale, Oxford, and Cambridge while she was still an undergraduate student at NYU. In an interview with Vanity Fair, she claimed that she couldn't live the rest of her life with an NYU email address. Caroline has said in interviews that she wants to be rich and famous, that she wants that kind of lifestyle, and honestly throughout this you'll definitely pick up that vibe. In 2015, Caroline was offered a book deal from Flatiron Books for $500,000. The book was going to be a memoir and she would get 30% of it up front. But then in 2017, she announced over Instagram that she actually wouldn't be finishing the book at all. Later it was reported that the deal was actually for $375,000, so her advance was for $100,000, which she had to pay back to the book company because she never went through with the book. Now, this was reportedly said by Natalie, her classmate and roommate, I believe, as well. So Natalie was the one saying that it was only $375,000 instead of the $500,000. So in 2016, so we're gonna jump back a year now. So this is like before she ended up canceling her book deal, the first one. An announcement was made stating that Caroline would publish a memoir about her time at Cambridge with Flatiron Books, which is an imprint of Macmillan Publishers. I've definitely heard of them before. I just can't think of any of the books, of course, but I know I've seen that logo. So she not only has a book deal now with Flatiron, who is a imprint of Macmillan, to write her memoir, but now she's also going to do one about her time at Cambridge. So she's kind of double dipping in a way and has two book deals on the line. Caroline hired her friend Natalie to co-write the book and its proposal. So she really doesn't write, or not that she doesn't write, but she doesn't have much to do with it. When you have someone ghostwrite your book, I mean, I think it's more of a collaboration between the two, where you tell the story and then the ghostwriter like writes it down or says like, well, maybe we say it in this way so it sounds better. In 2018, so a year after her canceled book, Caroline launched an international workshop tour. Initially, it was hinted that the workshops would offer tutorials on how to grow your Instagram account, as well as addressing the emotional and spiritual dimensions of making art, which honestly to me sounds like a lot of bullshit. That's a personal opinion, nothing that I've read. Tickets were sold for $165 per person. That's a lot. But eventually the tour was canceled because Caroline didn't book venues for the events. So she said that she would be issuing refunds for the tickets that were already sold. A lot of people compared it to Fyre Festival, although really I don't think she's as atrocious as Billy McFarlane, the guy of that started Fyre Festival. Honestly, I think that Caroline is a lot more like Tana Mongeau. Like, she has a lot of really good ideas, but maybe her follow through just isn't 100% there. Only 2 tour dates actually did happen, and they were both in New York. The next year, though, Caroline had a second creativity workshop called The Scam in New York. They did not allow any press to this event, but I believe it was someone from Vice ended up going, and then they tried like saying, hey, no, we're gonna refund your ticket, you're not allowed to come because we're not allowing press to this event. And then the person ended up writing an article about it anyways because they still did in fact go, which I don't know that, well, I guess you could refuse service for one person. But anyways, they said that I think it was Eventbrite actually listed The Scam as a scam and was saying like, hey, you know, we're looking into it, this is not a verified like third party that's going through Eventbrite, so we gotta look into this and see if it actually is a scam. And then a few days later they were like, oh no, actually it's a real event. So then I don't know, I just thought that was kind of ironic because it's like, it's called The Scam, she has scammed people before and now they think it's a scam. Natalie went on to write an article called I Was Caroline Calloway or The Cut, where she talked about her relationship with Caroline and how she was the ghostwriter for the book proposal and several of the Instagram captions that were on Caroline's Instagram. In 2020, Caroline started an OF account. Around this time, she claimed that Playboy commissioned a photo shoot of her dressed as a student in a library, but when the magazine was questioned, they stated Playboy does not have and did not have any photo shoot planned with Caroline Calloway. In April 2020, Caroline announced that she was going to be publishing a response to the essay that Natalie wrote, and then last year Caroline published her book Scammer, and in the book she does address her past scams, I guess, and that's kind of her response to Natalie's article that she did, which I will have linked in the description box down below. Definitely go read it. Now, I just looked on Caroline's Instagram, so she used to have upwards of like 800,000 Instagram followers, which is still a lot of followers, but that's like a huge drop and very noticeable, honestly. But anyways, I checked her Instagram stories and it looked like she had a book Instagram account where she would read books and essentially have like an online book club. And I think that she is gonna bring that back as well as start a podcast. I don't know. We'll see if any of that actually happens. Caroline really wasn't an influencer that I ever followed or was like super interested in, but I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. Was she someone that you followed or that you knew much about? Has anyone read her book Scammer? Because I'm very tempted to get it now and read it. But that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video interesting, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel if you want. Not totally cool, no pressure. I'm just happy that you sat through and watched this video to the end, if you actually did watch it to the end. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll be back on Friday. Bye, guys.